I bring news that is not easy to hear. Our request for help from the Astra Militarum has been denied. We begged for aid, for soldiers, for ships, but the answer was no. They say our fight cannot be won. The priests and leaders of the Adeptus Ministorum have turned away from us. They call our war hopeless. They whisper that Kaith's end has already fallen to darkness, that our enemy is too strong, too deep, too widespread. But they are wrong. They sit in their tall towers, safe and warm, far from the smoke and screams of battle. They speak of strategy and reason, but they have never stood knee-deep in the blood of comrades. They have never seen a friend die for the Emperor. They are cowards, these so-called servants of faith, and their fear has blinded them. I will not trust them. I will not forgive them. I remember when this war first began. My cousin ruled the world of Kaith's crown. For a time, it seemed as if all was well. The factories worked day and night. The workers sang while they toiled. Production rose higher than ever before. The administratum praised him. They called his world a shining example of imperial devotion. They looked at Kaith's end and said, "Why can you not be like your cousin? Why do your people not serve with such loyalty?" They raised our tithes. They demanded more from us. They told us it would please the Emperor. But I smelled the rot beneath their praise. I could feel something evil moving under the surface. My cousin's success was not holy. It was heresy. His workers did not sing from joy. They sang from madness. Their devotion was not to the Emperor, but to something else, something dark and hungry. I warned the administratum. I sent pleas to the Inquisition. I asked for investigation, for truth. But they ignored me. Instead of sending holy investigators, they sent clerks and trade inspectors. They spoke of minor irregularities, of manageable issues. They saw only numbers, not souls. Their greed blinded them, and so my cousin's corruption spread unchecked. The heresy grew roots deep into the soil of his world, and the Imperium, blind and deaf, called it a miracle. When I realized no one would come to save us, I took matters into my own hands. I began to prepare. I gathered weapons. I stored food and fuel. I bribed inspectors to keep them quiet. I even took from the imperial tithe, because survival, not paperwork, would save Kaith's end. Some of you doubted me. Some whispered that I was too harsh, too fearful. You asked why I formed the Noct Vigilium, the Watchers in the dark. You feared them, and perhaps rightly so. They saw everything. No one was above question. I searched for the taint of corruption everywhere, in the cities, the temples, even in my own home. No one was beyond suspicion. Yes, there was blood. There was pain. I know that many of you lost people you loved during the Purges. I carry that weight too. But I did not ask of you anything I was not willing to suffer myself. My own family was not spared. I tested my brothers, my wife, my children. I had to be sure. Sometimes when the nights grow quiet, I wish things had been different. I dream of waking beside my wife again, her hand in mine. I see my children laughing, safe in their beds. I hear the dogs barking in the yard, and I smell the bread baking in the oven. But that world is gone. My family turned from me in my darkest hour. They chose comfort over duty.
weakness over faith. I had to do what the Emperor demanded. I had to make sacrifices, no matter the cost. And soon, the darkness came for us all. The nearby worlds fell, one after another. Chaos spread across the stars like a sickness. When the enemy finally came to Kaith's End, we were ready. We met them with fire and steel. We stood our ground. When our guns ran dry, we fought with blades. When our blades broke, we used our fists and our teeth. We gave them no rest, no peace. We burned their camps and smashed their idols. We dragged the traitors from the hiding places and showed them no mercy. We made an example of them. Their screams became our battle hymn. Their blood became our warning to others.
Now, when I look out from the castle walls, I see proof of your courage written across the land. The city is scarred, but it still stands. The streets are soaked in the blood of both heroes and heretics, but that blood is sacred. It marks our devotion to the Emperor. I see soldiers, broken and tired, still standing tall. I see young boys holding rifles too heavy for their arms, refusing to yield. I see workers laughing as they light demolition charges, blowing the enemy sky high. That is true faith. That is what it means to serve. When you feel fear, remember what you are fighting for. Remember our world as it once was, a green land where the Emperor's light shone bright, a world of laughter, of open fields, of calm mornings and peaceful nights. Remember the beauty that was stolen from you. And when you face the enemy, see that memory in your heart. Let it fill you with strength. Let it drive your blade true. Look up, my friends. Look past the smoke, past the clouds of ash. Can you see it? The sky still shines behind the darkness. The Emperor watches us from above. He smiles. He sees our courage. He sees our pain. Every drop of blood we spill, every cry of defiance, he witnesses it all. He knows our struggle. Everything that has happened, every joy, every sorrow, it is part of his plan. We may not understand his ways, but we must trust them. His will is written not in books or prayers, but in the blood of those who fight for him. I do not know how much time we have left. The enemy is strong. The sky burns. The ground shakes. But as long as one of us still breathes, our world will not fall. So I ask you now, my brothers and sisters, take up your weapons once more. Stand with me. Look at the person beside you. That is your family now. Your brothers, your sisters, your children. Fight for them. Do not pray for safety. There will be none. Do not ask for mercy. It will not come. Pray only for courage, to stand, to fight, to die with honor. When the bombs fall, when the air burns, when the stones themselves cry out, let our voices rise above it all. Let the galaxy hear us roar. Let the stars remember Kaith's End. We will become legend. We will be the storm that breaks the tide. We will be the fire that purifies the heretic's rot. We will bleed, yes, but every drop will be an offering to the Emperor. So raise your blades, my friends, raise them high. Fight for the glory of Kaith's End. Fight for the Emperor who watches over us. When our bodies fall, our spirits will rise. When our cities burn, our faith will shine brighter still. For the Emperor watches, the Emperor knows, and the Emperor protects. Even now, when all contact with the Imperium is lost, we fight on. King Augustus V stands with you, leading the last of Caith's end in holy battle. We are not broken, we are not forgotten. As long as we draw breath, we fight. The Emperor protects, now and forever.